Okay, let's try that again. For whatever reason, Twitch seemed to be having some technical difficulties when it came to properly taking the input from Streamlabs OBS. Hopefully now it's working. At the very least, it's not telling me that my bitrate and everything is unstable, so I'm going to assume it is in fact working as it should be. So let's go ahead and head on into Camptown. Oh, okay. I didn't realize it worked that way. I was kind of expecting you step through here and then you get a loading screen type thing, but no, that actually may not be the case. I mean, I suppose this is one way to do it. It's just not the way I expected it to work. Okay, that guy doesn't feel like talking to us. And I cannot pick that lock. Can you pick it? No, okay, I guess that lock just straight up cannot be picked and requires a key of some sort. A key that I do not have. I wonder if the gate guard has it. This is actually a pretty decently fortified area. But I guess Camptown is just kind of a unofficial addition to the pit, maybe? Something like that. And so, yeah, there's sort of a border between them. Oh, this can be opened over here. Let's see, can I lockpick that? Wonderful. What's in here? Grab all the loot. There is a revolver. You use a pistol, don't you? You do. That's a 9mm pistol. This one's also a 9mm pistol. Is it better than your other one? Yes. Yes, in fact it is. By a fairly decent amount, all things considered. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and swap those out, unload that, so you have a little bit of ammo. Admittedly, you only have basically 2 rounds. Or not 2 rounds, but 2 full loads of ammunition. But you're just going to have to make do with that, because that's all you're going to get. Ammo's kind of expensive, to be honest. I kind of want to imagine this guy gives you quests of some sort. What can I do for you? Manny leans forward and puts on the smile he keeps for clients. Okay, he's got nothing to say apparently. That's fine. Old Earth Emporium. What's in here? Some sort of VR thing, I'm guessing. Welcome to the Old Earth Emporium. The proprietor is so excited you almost can't tell it's a pitch. Where do you want to go, my friend? Do you want to walk the streets of ancient Rome, sail the 7 seas before they went toxic, save Earth from brain-eating alien invaders? Let's get to the part where you tell me what you're selling. Movies, he says, just like the olden times. What you're looking at here is a fully impressive simulation. Puts you smack dab in the middle of the action. Back before the mutiny, this magic box was a training simulator, used to upload skill sets into a person's melon, which even minutes would take decades to learn in the real world. Now imagine what this level of tech can do for modern entertainment. Forget about everything else you've seen and done. I'm talking about the best damned experience of your entire life. Wait, you're telling me you have a machine that can load skills into people's minds like software into a computer? It sure can if you have an authorization token, the proprietor replies dryly. He's plainly frustrated by how insistently you're missing the point. Do you have such a thing? No, you don't. So why not take a load off and enjoy some of Earth's finest films? Hold on, tell me more about these tokens. Well, the ship authority kept a pretty tight fist around him as I understand it. They didn't want just anybody to take a ride and come out a super soldier or a nuclear engineer. I think the mutiny showed they were pretty much bang on the money there. So you need one of them thingies to access the fancy cognition protocols. The token routes the request to the central computer, and pop out comes another productive member of society. Where does one get these tokens? Other than filling out a form in triplicate with the ship authority? No place. I mean, maybe there are some lying around here and there, but how bored would you have to be to go looking? Don't answer that, because I've already got the cure. How about a nice World War IV flick? It's about the crew of a damaged hunter-killer forced to land in a pacification zone. Classic of the genre, non-stop action. You're gonna love it. How many world wars do they have? 5. Probably 6 or 7 by now. No reason to stop when you got a good thing going, right? Which one was World War IV? The African War, the Nigerian Confederacy versus the Empire of the Congo. The Nigerians were subjugating their neighbors and calling it a confederation, while the Congolese were busy expanding their borders in all directions. Didn't take long for their interests to clash. Not surprisingly, China and Europe backed Nigeria, their biggest trading partner. The Pan-American Protectorate and the Caliphate sided with Congo, probably despite the European Federation, and take them down a notch. The rest, as they say, is history. Did we win? Well, after 3 years of fighting, everybody said they won. The enemy got to keep the north, most of it razed anyway, but we did liberate the south. What was Earth like before we left? The Founding Fathers called it Sodom and Gomorrah. I wonder what they'd call this little slice of heaven, says the proprietor, gesturing around him. You think things were better before the mutiny? Compared to all this, hard to imagine worse, says the proprietor, scratching the back of his head. Of course, if you listen to the Brotherhood, the ship was nothing but a floating prison before the mutiny. If you listen to the Protectors, it was paradise lost. So the truth's gotta be somewhere in between, not that it matters now. What does the Church say? The Church? They blame the ship authority for the collapse and the mutineers for plunging the ship into chaos, which puts them at odds with both the Brotherhood and the Protectors. The Chaplain General says that had the Church been in charge, none of that would have happened, but I have a feeling he's talking about his plans for the future, not the past. Well, that's a very interesting little machine you got there, buddy, and I'm gonna see if I can get my hands on any of those tokens, because that sounds like it's a grand old time. Also, one thing I meant to mention at the start of this was that I did a quick look around to see what content is currently available in the game. I'm going to go ahead and pull it back up because that was a couple days ago and I honestly don't really recall. But they give a nice little outline of what's available right now. See if I can... Okay, and I am apparently blind as a bat or something. Okay, here we go. Read before buying. So, I think it was in this section. So currently not everything is available to play through the game. There is still a lot of content that is, as a result, missing and will come in the future. And I am struggling to find again where it said what was available right now and what is going to come in the future. So it's possible that I'm just misremembering. Oh, here we go. First chapter overview. So what is currently available, from what I can tell, looks to be the pit itself, hydroponics, and I think, well, I don't know if they consider... Oh, no, damn it, I just saw it again. I think it just said. Here we go. So, let me see. Where was it? So, you have the pit and 2 nearby... Excuse me. You have the pit and 2 nearby locations that are currently available in the game, the armory and hydroponics. So, once we are done playing through what content is currently available in the game, we are actually going to be... Damn thing takes my... Apparently the game still takes my inputs to some extent, even when I'm not actually having the game as my active window. That's kind of annoying. Hopefully they can sort something out for that, because, yeah, that's an annoying issue. As I was saying, So currently there is not the full thing. There is basically what they are referring to as Chapter 1 in the game. I'm not quite sure how I plan to handle when they inevitably release Chapter 2, depending on when that happens, of course. There's a couple ways we can handle it. One way is to just go ahead and basically load wherever we left off and just pick up then, or just consider this Chapter 1 playthrough as basically a extended preview, like a very long preview of the game. And just basically don't touch the game again until the final release, when we would come in for a full-on Let's Play from beginning to end. I'm not quite sure which route I want to go right now. So we'll figure that out in the future. Obviously, if you're watching this on the VOD, feel free to leave a comment, let me know. It's not going to be something that actually makes the decision for me, but it is something I will at the very least consider. Let's see, meat seller. Show me a man of taste, and I'll show you someone who's sick of ingesting end tabs, says the meat man excitedly. He gestures you closer. What am I selling, you ask? Real synthetic meat paste infused with old world flavors, not seen since planet Earth. What would you say to a salty New Yorker or tomatoey Mariana Red? Or Marinara Red? What about spring mix? Yeah, you look like a spring mix man for sure. You sell meat that tastes like spring mix. My friend, we do it all. The salesman squeezes an oily, colorless substance out of a grubby tube and rubs it between his fingers. See what I'm saying? 60% organic. Eat it raw or stir-fried, Earth style. This is the closest you'll ever get to eating real buffalo, but the actual Earth animal never tasted half this good. Why? Because even the ancients didn't have our flavor infusion technology. Plucking up another unmarked tube, he squeezes a cyan-colored glob into a plastic cup. The Danish blue melts in your mouth. I gotta warn you though, close your eyes and you might think you're sitting under a tree by a river of water someplace, eating a blue Danish thing, whatever that is. How exactly does one make synthetic meat? Our stutter cells come from fungal protein, a side benefit of the fungus infection in hydroponics. We grow the cells in a protein-rich serum, decanted from the biorecyclers, which incidentally reduces the load on the ship's recycling systems, while providing a steady supply of delicious, nutritious meat paste. Win-win. The biorecyclers are where dead bodies get dumped. The key word is recycled, smiles the salesman. Let's not dwell on what goes in. What matters is what comes out. Mostly purified organic compost, chock full of nutrients and minerals. I mean, where do you think end tabs come from? Okay, so either way, we are, in some capacity or another, potentially eating people. Another guy who looks like he probably sells, or not sells, but offers jobs. You know how to handle firearms? The proprietor asks, apparently not a man for pleasantries. Let's see. Haven't lost any finger yet. Excellent, he replies without any enthusiasm. You're hired. Hired for what? Why do you think someone hires a gun hand? Either because he expects trouble or is planning to stir some up. Pay is 100 credits on completion, nothing up front. Are we in business or aren't we? We are. All right, the proprietor says approvingly. The client is a fellow by the name of Trevor Chauncey, known around these parts as Chance. He's got a meet set up with the Granger boys to sell some kind of doohickey, and he's worried things might get dicey. If they do, you get to stand between him and a hail of bullets. Why is he worried? Probably trying to get Swift and sell them some junk gussied up like valuable tech. If I'm right, and they see through his bullshit, he'll have a problem on his hands, and since he's the client, his problems are your problems. We good? Yeah, sure, that's fine. You can find Chance in the nearby bar, which doubles up as his office. Tell him Earl sent you. Very well. Well, there's Chance right there. We're looking for a guy named Jed. So I see scavs. A bartender. And guard. But I'm not seeing a Jed. So either I'm blind, or Jed is doing a really damn good job of hiding. Well, I guess I can ask around. Somebody might be able to point me to wherever Jed is, because I don't think he was actually here. I think it was a case of this is an area he sometimes hangs out in. So maybe people here know him. Okay, you're not going to talk to me, that's fine. Okay, these people are not very nice. Come on, I want to talk to you. The monitors are crowded with columns of stats and, okay. Of stats and odds for upcoming trials, as well as post-trial evaluations, shooting efficiency and performance rankings for the prosecution and defense, and a list of payouts. Because yes, of course, we need to go frickin' dystopia with this stuff. Place your bets and win your fortune. No thanks. Well, maybe. What can you tell me? No bets until the next case goes to trial, the bookie says. His eyes are riveted to a 3-inch high holographic dancer spinning around a narrow vertical beam of light, which logic would suggest represents a pole. When will that be? The miniature dancer shrugs emphatically and tilts her head to one side, regarding you like a curious bird. Whenever they find another sucker to replace Bosworth, the man replies, maybe you should give it a shot yourself instead of asking me a million questions. What happened to this Bosworth fella? The dancer jerks back dramatically and pantomimes being shot several times before tumbling over backwards and slowly falling still on the counter. The man nods at his little friend. Pretty much. His shield evaporated, dead battery, right in the middle of a heated conversation. It's funny, as long as it doesn't happen to you. Well, that's nice to know, I guess. Are you fighting today? The storekeeper gestures at the arena. Last chance to even the odds, my friend. Try and steal some ammo. And we failed, because of course we did. What do you got? I got stuff, but I can't really do anything with it, because I ain't got any money. I am, broke as shit. You stand in the shadow of a massive arena. Dozens of shipping containers form the walls at the lowest level and provide seating for hundreds of spectators. A gantry crane towers overhead, rigged with several powerful projectors to illuminate the space below. You wonder for a moment if real daylight is as bright. You want to file a grievance or apply for a job. The speaker is wearing a gold-striped trench coat that marks him for a man of importance. What is this place? This, my friend, is the cornerstone of justice in our little town, he says with pride. Welcome to the courthouse. I didn't think we had any laws around here. Of course we do, son. We abide by the Constitution, and much more strictly than those fools in the habitat. Every accused man in the pit is guaranteed to have his day in court and confront his accuser, just like the Constitution says. If said accuser is unable to make an appearance, a judicial officer appointed by the court will take his place. What about the trial? If the defendant slays his accuser or the aforementioned officer, he's cleared of all charges and released. If the defendant falls to the accuser, he is declared guilty, posthumously, of course. That's what you call a trial? All contests conform to the process of law, he says with a reassuring pat on your shoulder. And here's where our method is superior. It is immune to the corrupting influence of money. Try to find a system like that in the habitat. Ha! Why not just shoot lawbreakers? Due process, my boy. Why, what sort of barbarians do you take us for? Yeah. Oh, boy. You mentioned a job. We're running low on legal representation for the prosecution, he admits with a sad shake of his head. Lost 3 officers last week in a string of challenging cases. Sure, I'll give it a try. Excellent, smiles the man. I am the court's chief justice, which means I'm in charge here. You'll start out as a deputy prosecutor, sorting out minor cases, misdemeanors mostly. If you live, if you do well, you'll be promoted to get to prosecute more interesting cases. Who knows? You might even make judge one day. Ready for your first case? Deputy prosecutor. What does that entail exactly? Back on Earth? Excuse me. Back on Earth, you'd be a probationary deputy district attorney. But seeing as there are no districts here, and not any attorneys neither, deputy prosecutor will do. Ready for your first case? Give me a few hours. Let's go ahead and get a nice save in. I'm ready. Let me see. The Chief Justice pulls out an electronic notepad and begins swiping through a series of scans full of very ornate, hard-to-read font. First defendant is one John Doe, meaning he refused to tell us his name. We call that an aggravating circumstance. Our friend Mr. Doe stands accused of cheating during a game of poker. He vehemently denies the charge. Don't they all, though? A jury of his peers, in this case fellow poker players, agree that John Doe cheated and also had shifty eyes, so the case goes to trial. John's been on a diet of water and end tabs, half rations for 3 weeks, so I'm guessing he'll present a pretty weak case. When do I get paid? A mercenary, eh? I would think continuing to the legacy of our progressive judicial system would be reward enough. He waits a moment to see if you'll change your mind. But in any case, a convicted criminal forfeits all possessions to the prosecution, meaning you. Enjoy. Let's go ahead and make our case. Okay, and the game lets me bring both my people along. That's not going to work out for Mr. John Doe here. Like, at all. Go for the head, my friend. Always go for the head. Okay, you dazed him. That's still useful. Oh, I did not realize you guys could switch places. That is interesting. And also, I think doing that wasted some action points. But now I know for the future, you can trade places. You, go for the head as well. Okay, I don't have enough action points for that. Can I do a regular shot as well? No. Okay, just end our turn then. And he missed. And your shot is blocked. Oh, you have no ammo. Forgot to reload. Missed. Can you reload again? You can. Wonderful. But we're gonna end your turn. Okay, and those shots mean... Okay, I can't move you at all. Unless I tell you to back up. Because if I try to have you flank, you're just gonna get shot. Be a reaction shot. So, not gonna happen. We're just gonna go ahead and do regular shots. Oh shit, he's watching. Ouch, that hurt. Okay, I don't have anywhere I can run to. Ouch. Ouch. And you missed. There you go, you hit. Wonderful. Take all his loot. You get a jacket now, my friend. We'll unload that so you have a couple more shots in your pistol. Or, well, for your pistol, rather. Neither of you leveled up. And there's the exit. Okay, I have to use this exit apparently, I guess. Guilty as charged, eh? Let me know when you're ready for your next trial. Our #1 legal representative is out with a shattered kneecap, and we've got a full docket. Give me a few hours. I need to I need to heal somewhere. And the game's not gonna let me do that, apparently. Okay. I wasn't able to steal from you, that's fine. Okay, let's go ahead and do a quick save. I mean, presumably there's a way to heal without... I mean, there has to be. There has to be some sort of method to rest or something. But I'm not seeing it. Let's see. Welcome to Bonnie's Moonshine, or Boonies, I don't know. One of the two. Says the bartender, what can I get you? I'm looking for Jed Walker. Jed's a bit of a wanderer, but last I heard, he was staying at the new housing block down the street. Can't miss it. Rectangular design, olive green with rust trim. Forest Muse, I think it's called. Anything you can tell me about him? I can tell you he runs his mouth faster than he runs up a tab, and that's saying something. Jed claims to have traveled the ship from stem to stern and made deals with every type of merchant, fanatic and scab known to the world, or known to the void. How such a world-wise entrepreneur ended up living in a rusted-out container furnished with discarded packing material is a mystery to me. But I just serve liquor. Never claimed to be one of the big brains around here. Any work around here? Must be your lucky day, grins Bonnie. We'll go with Booney. My algae shipment is 3 days late and my customers are complaining. Fetch it for me and I'll pay you 1,000 credits. Why do you need algae? Beats the end tabs for synthetic meat, shrugs Booney. It's chock full of protein, vitamins, and minerals. All natural, mind you. None of that plastic shit. 1,000 credits for a delivery job. 1,000 credits for a shipment of algae, says Booney, correcting you. I pay Carlos 900 per case, but I'm willing to throw an extra 100 for delivery if you can get a better price from Carlos. That's between you and him. Where can I find this Carlos? Over at Hydroponics. Where else? I hope you don't mind a bit of traveling to expand your horizons. I'll see what I can do. Again, I need a way to heal. Like, there has to be. Come on. I swear, there has to be a way to heal. Outside of combat. Like, cause I don't know, the game's just not letting me use my regen thing. I don't know why that is. But it is actually slightly annoying that I cannot use that right now. And again, I mean, I haven't seen any, like, thing I can buy from somebody. Like food or something that I can eat that heals me. At least, not that I can recall. Yeah, I'm not able to buy from that guy. I guess we'll check out the engine fuel, see if that guy can sell me something. Haven't seen... Excuse me. Haven't seen you here before, says the bartender. He sets a beaten alloy mug on the bar and fills it with a black oily liquid. Let's go ahead and drink. You take a careful first sip, fighting your body's instinctive rejection of poison, and wait for the familiar warmth to spread through you. After a few moments, the world is a slightly better place. And that doesn't heal me at all. So, that's not useful. I'm going to assume somebody's in here, and you'll get into a fight when you go in. Because there's an ability to sneak through a vent. And it just seems weird that there would be an option to sneak through a vent if there's nothing else. So, yeah, okay. But I'm gonna, real quick, check the discussions page for the game, see if there's any way to heal, because either I'm an idiot, which is certainly possible. I mean, there has to be some way to heal. It does not make any sense for there to be no way to heal. There's a doctor somewhere, apparently. Yes, okay, there's a doctor over there. It's the only one I know of. I'm sure there's other doctors, I would hope. But no, looks like right now there is no way to heal outside of combat, for whatever reason. That seems like such a weird thing to leave out. So let's go ahead and talk to Sarah. Probably have to pay for this as well. The woman stares blankly as if lost in thought while her metal-clapped fingers move across a keyboard that isn't there. You can see she's jacked in with a long translucent cable running from her half-shaved head to one of the machines. Finally registering your presence, she unplugs the cable from her head and her eyes come into focus. Are you a doctor? I've been trained in the healing protocols, if that's what you're asking, the woman says impatiently, waiting for you to get to the point. Let's see if we can steal from her. For some odd reason, Sarah never leaves you out of her sight. You have that effect on people, especially storekeepers. That's not my fault. Can I ask you something else? Can you show me how to extract implants safely? If you make yourself useful, you can watch me work. Maybe you can learn a thing or two. She walks up to a corpse lying on one of the beds and checks the tag. Motor cortex chip. The dumb bastard overclocked it. Fried the chip in half his brain. She points to a patch of blackened skin and burnt hair. Still, there might be something worth keeping. She glances at you. I don't have all day, so get to work, will you? She passes me a saw. Okay. Half an hour later. Well, I'll be damned. The suppressor's still good. With a quick hard yank, she pulls an intact piece of electronics from amid the cracked brain, or cooked brain rather, and ruined circuitry. She drops it in a jar of disinfectant and slaps you on the back with an unwashed hand. Anything else I can help you with? Well, I do have an errand that needs running. A fellow by the name of Jimmy Brewster sent word that he has something for me. He owes me 500 creds, so it better be some quality biotech. If it isn't, bring it here and I'll make it worth your while. If it is, bring it here and I'll make it worth your while. If it isn't, I'll deal with Jimmy myself when he shows up here. Where do I find him? When he's in town, he rents one of the warehouses in Camp Town. E7, I think. Can I ask you something else? Can you fix me up? That would be 50 credits, she says expectantly. Fine. You step inside the metal box and try to make yourself comfortable. A dirty display comes to life, flashing messages in different languages, disclaiming all liability for manufacturing defects and requiring you to submit any claims to arbitration back on Earth. In 3, 2, 1, says the woman. Something stabs you in the back. The pain is unbearable. You'd scream if you could, but all you can do is gasp for air, waiting for the drugs to kick in. Suddenly, the machine powers down. Well, fuck, says the woman. I thought I fixed it last week. Hang in there. The pain spreads everywhere, and your consciousness starts slipping away. Almost done, the woman says cheerfully. The machine powers up with a whine, instantly washing away the pain. Bone marrow extracted, generating stem cell prototype. Starting blood transfusion. You step out of that death trap swearing never to use it again, but then you notice that you feel pretty good. Better than good, actually. Your wounds are gone, healed by the old Earth's magic. You feel invulnerable, if only for a moment. Okay, try stealing a couple stims again. Nope. Okay, that's fine. No stealing stims, apparently. There we go. Now we're healed up. So, E7 you mentioned. Well, fancy that. There's one with a big old E7 on it. With a guard next to it for some reason. Where are we? We're still making our way back over here to Camp Town. So let's go ahead and talk to Chance here. Do I know you? The man stares in your general direction, his pupils so dilated it's like looking into two bottomless holes. Earl told me I could find you here. Okay, yeah. Good. You know what the job is, right? Asks Chance, looking anything but confident. If things go smoothly, I make the deal and you get paid for doing nothing. That's what I'm hoping for, of course. But if the Grangers turn weasel on us, you need to stand up and fast. Remember this. If I don't get paid, you don't get paid. What's the nature of this deal exactly? The Grangers want a control module for one of their towers. I happen to have an extra one I don't need. That's it. Okay, well, Chance, you better not screw me. You follow Chance to the outskirts of the pit. Out beyond the densely populated center, the environment ironically gets more orderly as the towering container stacks fall into countless perfectly squared rows. Nothing here seems to have shifted an inch since the ship left Earth orbit 1,000,000 years ago. Soon you arrive at the only open container in sight. A dull glow within signals a human presence. Three men stand silently about a portable heater, the ship equivalent of the frontier campfire, minus the good cheer. Do you have it? The man in charge says in a voice hoarse and low. The left side of his face is disfigured with gruesome, saucer-sized scars, like vicious sucker marks. From one of these ripped craters, the angry orange light of an ocular implant is doing duty for a missing eye. You can't help but wonder about the tentacle that must have delivered that kiss. Everyone's heard the stories, of course, but you felt better telling yourself they were exaggerated. Chance hurriedly yanks a dusty old control module from his belt bag and passes it to Scarface. The Granger glances down at it, no more than a quick take, and tosses it to the ground. What's the deal? Chance's voice fights the tense silence like a mouse struggling against a snake. You wanted a tower control module, I brought you a tower control module. Now where's my money? I got shit to do. He cuts his eyes at you, both in a naked appeal for support and to give himself a break from looking at his mark. Scarface isn't so interested in Chance anymore, though. His implant is giving you a hard stare, and you're guessing it's doing more than just staring. Judging by the design, it's military hardware, already locked in and analyzing its target. The money, like he said. Best if you don't make us ask again. Scarface stares at you for a few seconds as if testing your resolve, then says, "Pay them," to his men. In response, all three of them raise their guns. Well, that's, not the kind of payment I was expecting, friends. And there's... So since our deployment area is this, like, 3x3 grid, in this case, for whatever reason this time it's a 3x3 grid, I can't get in this corner right away, which is annoying because realistically that's where I would want to be, is in this corner and right here with my main guys. Chance, he can go wherever the hell he pleases because I don't really care if he lives or dies. I'm pretty sure that's not important in any way. Okay, so this guy with the melee weapon looks like he's going to be their first one to attack. looking at the initiation or the turn order over here. And then it'll be the other Granger and then Gideon himself. So we need to finish this guy off first. What weapon do you have? Because I'm pretty sure that's a rifle of some sort. But this Granger, I'm not sure if that's a rifle or a shotgun. Because I could see it being potentially either. And if it's a shotgun, that's going to hurt. So I'm really hoping it's not. Okay, I can't do any saves right now. Okay, and Evans goes first. So, Evans, I need you not to fuck this up. And you fucked it up. Great job, Evans. Switch to your pistol for future reference. Okay, me. Let's try this again. How? Dude, you've got a 67% chance to hit and you fuck it up. Okay. Oh yeah, no, that seems like that's a shotgun. That definitely seems like a shotgun. But is that guy really out of range? What the hell's the range shit on this? Like, seriously. There you go. You do have just enough action points to try and hit that guy, but you're not going to hit him. Oh shit. And that hurt. $41. No, we're not gonna... Well, I guess I could do a... You know, I wonder if maybe I should have done the flash grenade earlier. In hindsight. Oh well, too late now. Okay, and I can't move because Gideon will react. And I cannot get another shot off unless I do a snapshot, which is still pretty good at a 50%. Okay. Now, I kind of have to hope this guy doesn't go for Evans, because Evans will die. Evans needs to live, hopefully. So, let's go for this guy. Raise. Okay, and you. Is there anywhere you can go that won't trigger a reaction shot of some sort? Except for stepping backwards. And the answer appears to be no. So you go there. Oh! Oh, nope, Evan's dead. I kind of don't want Evans to die. Let's try this again. So... You know what? Evans, go there so you can get out of there. Get around the corner at least. Chance, you can stay here, and I'm gonna use the flash grenade right away once it's my turn. Actually, the issue is that I don't know if you can actually hit anybody if I send you outside, actually, now that I think about it. I don't think you would. Never mind. We're not going to do that. Flash grenade, or flashbang there. That should hit all of them. Blinded them, I don't know exactly what effect that's going to have. I mean, presumably it does something. I just don't know what. Okay, not enough action points. Do a snapshot. Yeah, still pretty damn accurate. There you go. I literally needed you to get one shot in, dude. Let's go for him. Now, 25 is a little too low for my taste. But you don't have enough to reload. Oh shit. And you have to reload. God, you guys suck at this. Go here. Well, Chance died, but it didn't give us an auto fail, so obviously Chance is not important. And you missed. And you missed. And you don't have enough to do anything. Jesus Christ, guys. Okay, and everyone's just gonna die. That, you know what? Fuck it. That's just how this is gonna be. Oh, god damn it. It's over. The Grangers are dead, but so is Chance. Oh well. Now, we tried to save everybody. We weren't quite successful. Where the hell are we? Is that just gonna take me back to where I'm supposed to be? No. Where the fuck are we? Oh my god, okay. Find some way over there. Yeah, you know, we tried to save everybody. That didn't happen, so, oh well. Earl. Hate to break it to you. Guy's dead. So is my companion. Traveler coat is better than our worker jacket. The Granger coat is even better, however, it has an evasion, sneak, and reaction penalty. That is actually pretty severe. I think we're just going to go with the Traveler one. What does this use? 9mm. Unload it. I also get a helmet now. Which helmet is better, though? The bucket helmet has better projectile resistance, while the bowler helmet has better melee resistance. Yep, this is fine. This is all perfectly fine. I get a gas mask now as well. Half mask is actually better. Or excuse me, the common respirator is better. Yep, this is fine. Quick save. Hey dude, everyone's dead. Well, inquires Earl. The Grangers are dead, and so is Chance. Yep, I never figure that boy for a long life and a bunch of grandkids, says Earl. And the Grangers are tough nuts any day of the week. Must get it from fighting nature all the time. Anyway, I'm gonna give you a break on this one, but if I lose me another customer on your account, we're done. Do you have anything else for me? Client came in while you were out. Name of Faith Ward, says Earl. Ward Salvages was a prospecting outfit operating out on the frontier. It recently happened on a valuable find, like once-in-a-lifetime valuable, but ran into a bit of a snag trying to sell it. Now Miss Ward is the last breathing member of that organization. The lady wants to reclaim her rightful property and deliver some old-fashioned retribution on the low-down, cowardly scum that stole it. Earl spits on the floor to further elucidate his feelings on the matter. After a quick examination of Miss Ward's finances, I assured her I knew just the man for the job, someone intimately familiar with the legal term extreme prejudice. Where can I find her? Take the stairs on your right. You won't miss her. I'll take care of it. Okay, well, I got shit to sell, so let's go ahead and sell some stuff. Okay. Let's see. I don't need shells because I don't plan to use shotguns. Is the machete better than my camp knife? Yes, it is. So let's actually go ahead and swap that out real quick before I forget. Okay, there we go. Stupid thing was being very finicky about allowing me to sell that. Actually, I think I'm going to hold on to those helmets. Yeah. You know, just on the off chance I get anybody else who preferably don't die, yeah, it wouldn't hurt to have those. I don't actually use 5.56 for anything. Oh no, the bolter, the little pipe rifle actually does. Never mind. I never realized I was using 5.56. Sell the toothpicks. I don't. Oh, okay. There's a couple. That was the issue. So I have 442 credits. Okay, so she is, according to this guy, stairs to my right. Oh, okay, here we go. The woman steps forward from the shadows. Her face and clothes say she recently took some kind of beating, but her eyes tell you she's not anywhere near done. You must be Faith Ward. Earl sent me. They killed my family, says Faith. Her voice wavers for a moment. I want them to pay for what they've done. Who are they? How many? Lazarus Folly and his crew. 5, maybe 6 men. Go on. We found a key on the body of a dead diver, deep down in the Mission Control ruins. He had it tucked away in his breast pocket, right here. She points to her heart as she says it, then pauses a moment. Do you know what it's like out there? The work, I mean. Our days are spent sifting through piles of junk, looking to turn the littlest kind of profit. Broken down droids that might have a part or two worth jimmying out, batteries and smashed plasma weapons that might still hold a charge, skeletons with battered old implants. We're trying to make a living out of a fool's errand, but most of us think there's some chance of striking gold out there. I never did myself, until I saw that key. Diver? That's what we call scavs who dive into the miles-deep ruins of the Mission Control Center. The deeper you go, the more dangerous it gets. What happened next? My father made a deal with Lazarus Folly. Or Foley, I guess, actually is what it is. Took my brother and 2 men who worked for us with him. Show of strength, he said, whispers Faith. 2 tears trickle slowly down her cheeks, but somehow only make her seem harder. My father, my brother, the hired hands, they didn't return. But Foley's men did. Came after me that very night, cleaning up loose ends, I guess. They sound like thorough people. What makes this key so valuable? How many electronic keys have you seen in your life? Not an access card, but a real electronic key. I've never even seen that lock that goes with a key like that. It stands to reason that whatever's behind that door, or behind the door fitting that key, is worth a fortune. Could be it opens up Admin Center itself, who knows? Admin Center? You've heard the stories, I'm sure, she says reluctantly. It goes back to the last battle of the mutiny. The fight for the Mission Control Complex. Legend has it that when the ship authority saw all was lost, the last few defenders sealed them inside Admin Center to deny it to the enemy. Sealed it permanently. So how am I going to find this Foley? He's probably staying out of sight. That's the easy part, says Earl, appearing out of nowhere. I'll send word to Foley that I have a buyer for the key. Whether he intends to make an honest sale or ambush you like he did the Wards, he'll arrive with his men ready for war. I'd best get ready then. Okay, and I guess we talked to... Yep, looks like we talked to Faith again whenever we're ready. I don't have anybody else I can bring with us. I don't think there's any other companions anyone else I can talk to and be like, hey, you want to come with me? I've got a mission. You'll probably die, but I've got a mission for you. But nope, that looks like it probably won't be the case. So I think we are going to be SOL. Well, maybe not. I guess it depends on if I can talk to anybody in the regulators here. Let's go ahead real quick, head back, actually, pull up the map. Power station. Hey Zeke. Let's see what Zeke has to say, and then we'll head over to the regulator, see if there's maybe somebody inside there that we can recruit. A thick man with an unkempt beard is attempting to beat an electronic display into submission, reminding you of a bad-tempered spirit from old Earth folklore called Bear. Okay, wow. Right now he's stabbing the cracked screen with one blunt finger and cursing as it repeatedly flashes red. I tried adding new transformers to the grid, he says as you approach. It ought to work, but I think this fucking thing just doesn't like me. Let me take a look. You bypass the on-screen protocols and attempt to force the software to accept more transformers, but no dice. The generator was intended for deployment on Proxima B, and all the operational variables are configured for the future colony. Since the OS isn't receiving input from colony-related hardware, such as mobile ore extractors, probes sniffing out metal deposits, biomass converters, and a host of other things too vital to ignore, it limits all non-essential use in the meantime. It looks like the grid is at max allowed capacity. Thanks anyway, Zeke groans. I'll figure something out. We don't have enough power? The generator produces plenty of power, but the OS has a bunch of exotic safeguards. Every parameter it input is dictated by the big plan for the colony, so every time I try to make a change, the OS throws a fit. If we can manage to add more transformers to the grid, that'll hold us for the next little while. The bigger problem is heating and air. The cargo hold was never designed to house so many people or anyone at all. If it comes down to it, portable air purifiers keep the air more or less breathable, even if it would leave an Earthborn gasping on the floor and complaining about his rights. But that's only a temporary solution. We need to fix the old purifier to set us up for good. Then there are the defenses to worry about. The bigger the town gets, the more likely the habitat will come knocking again. Anything I can do to help? If you could supply an oxidizer for the air purifier, that would take a load off my tortured mind. That's the kind of thing I can pick up at the store. Sorry, I was just fermenting. The towers over to hydroponics must have one, or at least they did at some point. Best check there first. Roger that. We'll go ahead and check that out. For now, let's head on into the regulators building and see if we can find somebody in here to maybe recruit, because I need something. I don't think we're going to do so hot if we try to do this alone. Okay, can't pick that lock, so I can't go up here. I can't go in there. Okay, nothing I can do here in the regulators building. I don't think there's anybody in the promised land to recruit either. I think we're just sort of SOL when it comes to trying to get another companion, so oh well. I guess it's just the way it's gonna be. Maybe if Faith here survives, we can recruit her maybe. But I think we're pretty much gonna be SOL. Faith looks at you expectantly, staying silent. Did Foley take the bait? Faith nods. He'll be waiting for you in warehouse E4. I can take you there when you're ready. I'm ready. I don't see this ending well for us. You're standing outside the warehouse. Foley and his men are waiting within. It's time to consider your options. Let's stop wasting time and kill them already, or distract Foley with my witty repertoire while Faith sneaks inside and takes him out. Sure, let's try that. What's the worst that could happen? Here's the renowned Lazarus Foley. He looks like a hard one as advertised, same with two of his henchmen. The remaining three are just filler, though a stray bullet can kill you just as dead as one fired by a marksman. You ain't no scav, says Foley, and that means you've never seen the inside of Mission Control, so you ain't here to buy the key, are ya, boy? I'm not gonna skulk in the ruins looking for the magic door, if that's what you're asking. I'm gonna sell the key in the habitat for twice as much. Really? Asks Foley, eager to pump you for info. Good market there? It looks like Faith will have plenty of time to get in position. Let's keep talking to him. You tell Foley what he wants to hear, giving Faith enough time to get inside. Finally, you see her emerging from the ventilation hatch at the other end of the warehouse. Who's your buyer? Foley asks, feigning indifference. Maybe I know him. Let's keep talking. You accuse Foley of trying to cut you out while telling him enough to figure out who the buyer is, had he existed in the first place. When Faith appears behind him, pale as a ghost and just as quiet. Foley's too busy milking you for info to pay attention to anything around him. She strikes once, then twice, then Lazarus collapses, not quite dead yet, but well on the way. Taken by surprise, his men freeze for a split second. Well, let's see if we can just avoid killing anybody else. It's over. Nobody else needs to die. One of the thugs assumes the mantle of leadership and nods. Go, he says, pointing at the door with his gun. We'll take the key and be on our way then. You must be out of your fucking mind, friend, he says. Says the thug. Killing this asshole, he kicks dying Lazarus, is one thing. Robbing us blind is another. Did you know that the wards were working for the Brotherhood? They did? Asks the thug, alarmed. Lazarus didn't tell us anything. Well, neither of these are particularly likely to, succeed, I imagine. My employer's dispute with Mr. Foley has been settled. We're talking about you now. You can return the stolen property, or... Let's see, Lazarus is dead, you're still breathing. If you want to keep it this way, hand me the fucking key now. And if I say no? Asks the thug, trying to hide his discomfort. Nobody chooses the second option. You don't really think you can go against the Brotherhood and live, do you? Look, I don't care whose key it is. You want it, pay me 1,000 credits, and it's yours. Well then, I'm afraid you're just gonna have to die, dude. Faith, what kinds of weapons do you got? You got a revolver. Oh, and it's actually not even a revolver, it's a pistol. I mean, technically it counts. Technically. Okay, game doesn't seem to be letting me select my character for some reason. There we go. Let's see. You'll be the first to go, then you, then you. Okay. Well, here's hoping nobody has grenades. I mean, we have a stasis little thing that we'll probably use in the opening. So you throw that there, and I can get those two and put them in stasis, and then I can go ahead and turn my attention to the guy with the melee weapon off to our left, try and finish him off quickly, and then go for them. That sounds like a deal. I mean, I assume just anybody within that radius gets hit, so... And you missed. Oh, you don't have enough for that, okay. You hit, but it was a graze, and grazes don't work when somebody has armor. Okay, just reload. Now here's where our issue is. I didn't quite think this through. I kind of expected we would knock the guy down so he wouldn't have any issue. Evidently, not the case. So I can't shoot this guy. Faith, I'm relying on you to kill this guy. And you fucked it up. And stasis only lasts for 2 turns, it looks like. Okay, so Faith is gonna die, and we're not gonna succeed there, so... Try this again. Hopefully with a little bit more success. Okay, still failed that. Maybe stun him. But I feel like that's kind of a waste to stun just one person. I don't know. We'll try this again and hopefully just have more success this time around. Seriously? At least in this case, I'm not blocked, so I can still engage. Yeah, no, switch to your knife. That knife is not very good, though. It does not have the penetration necessary to do anything. You reload. Fuck. Don't have enough action points to finish him off. Faith is probably gonna get shot now and die. Yep. I mean, I can win this. I'm pretty sure I'd be able to win that without doing this, but, like, Jesus. I mean, it's not a... The reality is, the guy mentioned that he's going to be done with us if he loses another client, so obviously I'm trying to avoid having the second client of ours die. Yep, that always fails. I don't have that kind of money. And we get an... And that gives us a penalty if I go that route. Let's try and impersonate. Nope. Fails. Yeah, no matter what, it's that last one, where there's only one option there, that it always fails. This time we'll try doing you. We'll try stunning you and shooting these guys. I think I might have a little bit more success there. Not much, but maybe something. I want you to use that. That your damn thing doesn't have. Only has a single round. Yeah, I'd say this is going better, relatively. Yeah, that guy needs to die. That fucking hurt. I don't know if I can heal you. If I can get next to you, if I can use a regen thing here to heal you. Kind of hoping a reaction shot on him. Preferably before he made it there, but okay. Can we just, I don't know, legs. Kneecap him. Missed. Like, legs is fine. Arms are also fine. What's your chance of doing arms? 93. Or 93 for... Let's go for the legs. Crippled reduces evasion. It's not what I was looking for, to be honest. And there goes Faith. Fuck it, we're done. I don't give a shit anymore. Really? Dude has one fucking hit point left. Fucking A. Dude had one hit point left and you managed to fuck it up. You know what? I'm just gonna take the initiative bonus. Because clearly attempting to dissuade them from deciding to fight us doesn't work. But I would say we did much better that route, stunning this guy. And the main issue is the dude with the machine gun needs to be dealt with immediately. But for some reason, we just weren't quite able to do that. God, Faith, your weapon is such shit. Ouch. Like, do you mind not doing that? Thank you. There we go, knock him down. Give me a chance to heal. Oh my god, Faith. Oh my god. %17% chance to hit, or a 37 there. Go for his arm. Maimed him. THC reduced by 15 for 1 turn, whatever the hell THC is. And you missed that time. That's fine with me. He won't be able to swing as much. I think his perception was also decreased, so he'll struggle a little bit more. Ouch, that one hit. And he reactions attacks. And you... God damn it, Faith, you are so bad at this, I swear. Like, you actually seem to do better not trying. To do anything special. And Faith is knocked down. And Faith is dead. And you guys were doing so fucking good. Oh well, Faith is dead. And honestly, again, at this point, I don't give a shit. You kneel down on Lazarus's body and rifle through his pockets until you find the key. It's an old ship-style key fob sporting a 4-inch metal rod. It has to be a mechanical lock with an electronic control device that grants access to the lock. Too bad Faith didn't make it. Now you'd have to figure it out on your own. Hey, we tried. Okay, we tried to have Faith live. Game just basically kept telling us no. It didn't matter how fucking hard I tried, we kept failing. Now how the hell do I get out of here? Okay, right through here. Well, dude, I guess I'm not gonna be working with you anymore. Because apparently, anybody who gets near me for combat just dies. Just magically dies. Of course, this time, it's almost entirely Faith's fault. She failed miserably to be able to kill somebody. You know, if you tried to have her do anything fancy, she kept missing. Like, I don't know what the hell the deal was there. She had a higher chance to hit trying to do something fancy than doing nothing special. Oh, god damn it. Guy can't open doors on his own. I need to manually tell him to open doors. So yeah, why? Like, seriously. If you have a higher chance to hit doing something fancy, yes, it uses more action points, but whatever. You had a higher chance to hit, but you still kept fucking it up. Now, if I told you to do nothing, you were fine. Now, you'd somehow manage to make hits, but 9 times out of 10, those hits did no damage. It seemed like. Because your dinky little knife that you were using doesn't have the penetration power. And you might say, well, why not just have her use the pistol? That seemed okay. Well, the issue is apparently her pistol skill is so bad that... And she has to snap fire when they're right next to you, when the game puts you into close combat mode. You have to snap fire in that case for her. And, well, she only has a 17% chance to hit if she snap fires. I might try and off-screen that, see if I can somehow magically get better results, but frankly, I don't see it happening. Well, inquires Earl, they're all dead, Faith and Foley. I'm assuming that temp there is supposed to indicate this is temporary dialogue or something. I don't think you understand how this business works, says Earl, shaking his head. Dead clients don't pay their bills, and if I don't get paid, you don't get paid. Earl, I tried. Earl. Those people suck. They really do. It also doesn't help that you're fighting in such confined spaces that there's basically nowhere to move. I will say this. I'm starting to feel like the way this works is, melee is theoretically a good, what would be the best way to describe it? A good weapon of choice in this game, but fact of the matter is, it doesn't actually really work out that well, and range tends to be better even when you get stuck in close combat, because ranged weapons at least seem to be able to have the penetration power to deal with armor. While melee, that's just not the case. Like, at all. If you're fighting somebody who has basically any armor whatsoever, if you get unlucky and just keep grazing them, you're not going to do any... You're either not going to do any damage at all, or you're not going to do a significant amount of damage to matter. The reality is, Faith was helpful up until she got drawn into close combat. After which point, she was basically screwed. But that's just the way that seemed to work out. I do kind of want to try and give it one last shot. Just one last shot. No, I think we've sort of figured out how it will work. What the best way to go about this is. You know, melee dude use stasis because he's a pain in the ass. Oh, fuck you, Faith. Really? Really? Twice. Well, that ain't gonna work out well for you, Faith. I can tell you that right now. 95% chance to bullseye him. Or just a general aim for the head. If I'm reading this correct, there is no chance for you to miss, period, with this shot. Your hit chance maxes out at 95%. The graze chance maxes out at 5%. Since both of those add up to 100, there is no chance this guy misses, is my understanding of that. At least, you know, that's the way it should work. Let's bullseye this guy. That'll use up basically all of our action points. Staggered in days. Decreases his action points, and his perception is reduced by 2, which is potentially useful. Ouch. Don't fuck this up again, Faith. Oh, you fucked it up. Okay, there's a chance to miss here. And of course you managed to... God damn. I needed you to make that shot. But this is actually going worse than last time. Which I didn't think would be possible. But it is. Like, why? Yep. So, we're gonna continue on with this save. Fuck it, I'm done. I really don't care anymore at this point. I really don't. So I don't have a problem with the combat. I really don't. Actually, this is probably some of the better combat that I've seen in a game like this, personally. But oh my god. The way the battles take place in far too enclosed of areas to really be able to take proper advantage of some things, and I need to go heal. It also doesn't help that there is no real way to heal outside of running all the way back to the med bay here, which takes so frickin' long. And paying 50 credits every single time. Ballistic vests. Reinforced ballistic vests. God, our character looks ridiculous. Yep, that's fine. Let's go to Frank, got some shit to sell. So we're clearly going to be playing this solo because it's just not possible for us to have companions survive at all. So, you know, that's something to take into account if you decide to get this, is that it seems like it's probably just not worth bothering with companions at all. Just plan to always be going solo. Save yourself the trouble of wasting any stats or anything on companions, because like I said, they're just not going to live. That seems to be the motto of the game, more or less. Now, I don't think I have any implants. At least, you know, I'd assume I don't, because I don't see any that are clearly labeled as implants in my inventory. Medbay had a thing here for installing implants. Let's see. Please be advised that you hereby waive any and all rights, yada yada yada, or all rights and claims arising out of or relating to your augmentation, and do release and discharge zero downtime and all its affiliates, agents, attorneys, predecessors, successors, and assigns for physical or psychological injury that you may suffer as a direct or indirect result of your participation in the aforementioned activity. Thank you for choosing Zero Downtime product, where your well-being comes first. Okay, what do we got? The following supported hardware has been detected. Please select a device you wish to install or upgrade. Let's see. I believe intelligence increases experience gain. Go and install that. Okay. And yes, I need to have it on me. But like, I mean, the Granger dude we fought before had. Okay, let's talk to these guys real quick. Have you come here to find your purpose? The preacher asks by way of welcome. Either the church has fallen on rough times or they deliberately chose a minimalistic design. The only ornamentation is a oversized metal cross welded to the back wall. Two deacons flank the altar, a featureless metal oblong, and look on impassively. The submachine guns cradled in their arms suggest theirs is a militant faith. What purpose would that be? Doing the Lord's work, of course. How else would we want our devotion to the Lord? Or prove our devotion to the Lord? How else would we end our trials and arrive at our destination? I don't understand what God has to do with a spaceship. He has everything to do with it. The preacher moves closer than you like, leaning well into your personal space. It is by the Lord's grace alone that the ship was launched, and by his grace alone shall she arrive at that land he promised us so very long ago. And it was written, he shouts suddenly, the tendons of his neck leaping up, I will bring you up out of the affliction of Egypt onto the land of the Kenites, onto a land flowing with milk and honey. The words of millennia ago, brother, millennia, for the truth of his word is eternal. Who are the Kenites? Those who dwell in New Canaan. Those who wait open-armed to embrace the righteous when and only when we prove our devotion to the Lord. Do you really believe that? Did the Israelites not wander the desert for 40 years before he allowed them into the promised land? Why did they go for so long without a home? They were not ready. The Israelites had to make their children worthy of the Lord's grace first, and only then were those children allowed to set foot in the promised land. Does that sound familiar at all? He gestures expansively at the wide, empty chamber and the expressionless guards. What are we but wanderers in the infinite wilderness of space? The dawn shall come precisely when we demonstrate our worthiness to the Lord, and not 1 minute sooner. We're trapped in a metal tube, drifting in a freezing, airless abyss, and you think God is looking out for us? I know it, brother, and I think you know it as well. But it seems you have lost your way. He rests his hand on your shoulder. And I cannot save those who do not wish to be saved. Saved from what? We can start with your arrogance. The preacher's eyes flare, and in an instant he's hectoring you angrily. For only a self-righteous fool would believe himself the pinnacle of creation. Who are you to reject God? You, an unruly, ignorant child who can conceive of nothing beyond your outstretched fingertips. It comes down to a simple question. Who created our home planet, the stars, this universe? God, not man. Until you are ready to acknowledge a power greater than man's, you will remain unfulfilled and aimless. Not a man at all, but a fearful animal, a creature whose only home is in the shadows. Well, screw you too, buddy. And that's why we're gonna stay away from the Church of the Elect. I can't fucking stand them. Well, there's really nothing else we can do, so let's see, there was something about an E7, I recall. You lost? Inquires the guard with a scowl. Sarah sent me. The scav looks you over one more time, but steps aside without comment. Why the high security? Too many crews out looking for an easy score these days. We like to shift our merch quickly and quietly. Less trouble that way. The so-called merch consists of 3 desecrated heads fixed to crude stands, their withered expressions frozen forever in the rictus of their dying moments, more than a century ago. Whether they were mutineers or security officers in their day, they stand united now. All 3 heads sport ocular and neural uplink implants. A rich haul, even if half the implants are fried. This one's a sergeant, I think. The scav points at the dented metal knob embedded in the left temple. A squad leader, maybe even TAC team if you're lucky, or if we're lucky. Let's examine the merchandise. Well, you would need to extract the implant and run some tests to see if they're still functioning. Other signs show problems with the tech. Superficial burns indicating a power surge, bone loss around the devices, and scar tissue indicating frequent access for repairs. The data jack on the leftmost head is fried, but the ocular seems fine, whereas the ocular on the head to the right has been repaired multiple times, not a good sign, but the data jack looks functional. Out of the three, the Sarge is in the best shape. While the ocular was apparently destroyed by plasma fire, the squad leader and data jack show little wear and tear. Looks like this newly promoted soldier barely had time to enjoy his upgrades. Sarah said you have something for her. I owe her 500 credits, so the standard package should cover it, says the scav, pointing at the heads with the standard gear. What about the squad leader? Sorry, friend. Gear that rare never stays put for long. Got a buyer on the way here as we speak. As if on cue, the door slides open and a fully armed, heavy-set man strides into the warehouse. He's trailed by a couple of flunkies, hired, you're guessing, to squawk if anything comes up on his six. The big man pauses for a moment like a predator sniffing the air and glances into every corner of the room. When his eyes laid on you, he waits until his goggles get a read on you, then frowns. Clearly, this is a man who doesn't like surprises. Which one is mine? He nods at the grotesque heads. Sorry, buddy. First come, first serve. What's going on here, Jimmy? Asks the newcomer. But you're Jimmy. Without looking in your direction again, you know how I feel about people wasting my time. It's nothing, Manfred. Jimmy tries for amused, but his voice is sliding down the register towards pleading. This, fella was just making a joke, right, mister? Haha. With a smile like a rictus, Jimmy's head swivels in your direction and he hisses, Get the fuck out of here now. Nobody talks to you this way. Nobody. Don't do it, kid, the newcomer says in a relaxed way, as if talking about a risky shot in billiards, and maybe you'll live to see the dawn. Jimmy takes a step back, his hand sliding in an entirely unsubtle way towards his gun. If you follow through, you'll have to fight all 5 of them. Let's see. You aren't a violent man, but that fancy implant isn't the kind of thing you just stumble on in a scav camp, and if these folks are willing to die for it, that only confirms its value. So I get to fight all... Oh God, this is... Yep. Yeah, well, we already know how this is going to go. So unless they also fight each other, we're fucked. Well, I got a flashbang. Probably toss it over here. Well, I guess it depends on the radius, actually. Okay, we can't quite get Jimmy. But this gets everybody but Jimmy. Which is still pretty good, all things considered. Take a step back. Okay, wasn't expecting to deal with you. But the blinding seems to be working. Because they can't shoot for shit. Jimmy's also not that great anyway. Okay. Spoke a little too soon. Okay, let's see. 14 to 16 damage with my gun, or 10 to 13 with this. Ouch. Yeah, main issue is the melee dude. To be honest, the rest of these guys aren't that big of a deal. But you're definitely not doing this on your own. So I guess I'll take the... I don't recall. It was a neural implant, I think, for the intelligence. I think I'll take the ocular for the perception. More perception is always good, I guess. Just didn't mean to close the door. Sarah. Try again to steal, never succeed. Let's give her Jimmy's merch. Sarah joggles the severed head in her hand as if it were a kickball. Data Jack's obviously dead, but the ocular looks promising. Tucking the head under... I assume this will be tucking the head under her arm. She pulls out a handheld diagnostic tool. And soon as the ocular running again, the aperture expands and dilates as it focuses on different elements in the environment, while a stream of data scrolls across the monochrome readout. Yeah, I can use this, she says. Doesn't sell Jimmy's debt, but I'll call it a down payment. It's yours for $600, including installation and calibration. That's a bargain. What does it do? Standard gear for an ocular. It streams data directly into the visual cortex. Perfect vision, better focusing, clarity like you wouldn't believe. And once you're wired, it's easy to upgrade if you come across the right modules. You want it or not. I'm running a business here, not a coffee clutch. Sure. I'll buy it. Screw it. Let's go ahead and get it installed. The waiver. Install that. Well, what is it? What was that? So, brighten up your world with Core Pro Tech's Insight 7L. Tap into the 25th century image processing technology today to automatically adjust gamma, contrast, color, and shadows to give you the best picture quality at an unbelievably reasonable price. Every day it looks a little brighter with Core Pro Tech. Please be advised that once this implant is installed, it can't be removed without causing severe physical and nervous damage. Such actions are forbidden under Article 12 of the Employment Standard Act of 2496, willful damage to company property. The machine injects you with a long-expired anesthetic and pauses to allow the drug to kick in. Unfortunately, time has made the anesthetic sluggish, and the machine gets back to work faster than your nerves shut down. A stabbing pain almost instantly blossoms into agony. You'd scream if you could, but all you can do is gasp like a fish. Then the pain stops all at once, as if your nervous system were simply taken offline. Abject darkness. And when you can open your eyes, even seeing is kind of a pain. Every little white hot, every edge razor sharp, every detail like a needle in your retina. This is the world in excruciating detail in which you now live with radically enhanced vision. I could upgrade if I had a rapid response or advanced targeting. Wherever the hell I'd get my hands on those. So we have this for a +1 to perception. And that actually does change our character's model. And just nicely enough, actually. That's actually fairly nice. So now our eyes glow blue. I'm not too big on blue, personally. But I guess that'll do. Anything else you got? No. No, nothing else. Okay. You know what? I think since I started a little bit early, how long has this gone for? Well, a little over an hour 50. We'll go ahead, I think, and end this here. Next time, I guess we will continue to go ahead and deal with these guys' idea of a trial. And then I guess make our way... what the hell about Jed? I mean, I asked this dude. He mentioned about some sort of green container of some sort. Something like that. I vaguely remember the details. But I don't know where that's supposed to be. And also, I don't know if that's there or in the outskirts. Or, like, if it's actually in Camp Town or if it was in the outskirts. For the life of me, I do not recall. But that looks to be the only one that I'm seeing that is locked, and it's saying that lock cannot be picked, so I'm assuming it's somewhere in here. In Camp Town. I just don't know where. I guess here is the only place I would think of, but I kind of doubt the guy who's supposedly in a lot of debt would be living right there. So that seems unlikely in my opinion. But I don't know. We'll figure it out. So that'll be it for this part. I will see you all next time. Quick reminder, I do have a Patreon and a Discord. You can find links to those down below in the description when it comes to the VOD. So if you find yourself enjoying this and you want to help support the channel, that is a nice easy way to support the channel for the Patreon. And for the Discord, that's my go-to place for posting about channel happenings. So I do recommend that you join that if you want to stay up to date. But I will see you all next time, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, we'll just, I don't know. Is this, actually... Okay, yeah. There does look to be a bit of a delay with this, but it's okay. It's not too far behind now. So yeah, I'll see you all next time. Until then, goodbye and farewell.